Hi everybody, it's Dr. Markey again. We thought it would be helpful. We know there's already one example of the introductory activity that we have done with the TAs from last semester, which talks about just introducing yourselves to each other in terms of your small group and including that ever infamous question about your first kiss. So having had that example and hearing feedback from people that was nice to see and watch, we thought we would do another example of a small group discussion here in real time with, well, it's real time for us, not real time for you, but here with the TAs that are with us today. And so what we're going to do, this is actually the 7th small group participation activity that you'll be doing. So quite a ways into the semester. And it's from the Best of American Erotica book that you will be reading stories from. And the story is by, the author's last name is Mashman, and it's called 5 Dimes. And so there's a series of questions that goes along with the small group as you realize now as you're getting into your small groups. And so the TAs are just going to answer some of these questions and dialogue with each other about it in much the same way they did when they took the class themselves and they dialogued with each other. And so it should be a good example. So let's go ahead and watch and listen. Thanks. Okay. So I don't know who wants to start, but the first question is... That is a really good question. The first question is, in the story of a kind of sexual game is described, is this a game you would play? Have you played? What kinds of sexual games have you played? What kinds might you be willing to play or not? Anybody?
I would totally play that game. Never have, but I liked that it was so intense and that the two partners were very, very open to communicating with each other, what they liked, what they might not have liked so much, and that was just one of my favorite things about it, because they were communicating but not even being verbal about it, which I liked.
Okay.
I'd probably add a blindfold to it on top of that, and then gum for me. I'd stick gum in my fingers so the dimes wouldn't drop. Keep on going forever and ever.
Their hands are stuck
But that's
in a
just
phone
me.
call.
I definitely play this game. Definitely play this game, and yeah, I've played many others.
Okay. Okay.
Cool.
Anybody else?
What's the next
I'm
question?
the prude in the group. There's no way in heck I'd play that game.
Well, it was cool to read.
Okay. Okay.
It was a very unique game. I think when we all think of sex games, we think of the naughty cards and the dice.
The dice, yeah.
Anything you can buy at Spencer's, and this was accommodating in such a sensual sense.
It was so simple.
Yes, it was simple. Like you said, there was nonverbal communication that was huge, but even reading it, you're like, all right, I can do that. This is nice.
I think I thought it was cool because to stand there naked, completely naked, is you have to trust your partner, and you have to be confident, I guess, in yourself. So I think that is a big part of the story. Just standing there like this, while someone gross shoe pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if you fall?
Well,
Like
got
if your
you.
knees buckle.
I think it dies.
You probably fall first. I'm saying you need the glue.
Then you wouldn't be able to catch yourself if you fall.
Yeah. I mean, you're saying
I don't recommend this game for you. I'm worried. You're going to be too dedicated for that. You're going to
You two get it.
cause you dimes.
Well, one of the questions is, what aspects of healthy sexual communication do you think are demonstrated in the story? And discuss some of the times when you've had healthy sexual communication with a partner. So,
Self-control.
okay.
You would have to have a lot of self-control to hold those dimes up.
Okay. So being able to show some self-restraint, and some control. Okay.
Trust with your partner, because you're not gonna. I think a lot of people aren't gonna play this game with a guy they met that night at the bar. This is kind of a game that when you're at a certain level in a relationship. This is not something you do with the run-of-the-mill
one night stand or
partner.
whatever.
Yeah, this is somebody you show that you were very close to and intimate with.
Okay. Any other aspects of...
A huge part of intimacy is vulnerability, and you could see that in reading it. I mean, how vulnerable are you standing there nude, letting whoever's there just do as they please, unable to communicate, unable to do anything. And that was the beauty in the whole story, was the expression of the vulnerability that is sex.
What other forms of healthy sexy communication do you think then, like, do you have in your own sexual relationships? Do you have that? Have you had that in sexual relationships?
I
Anybody?
think automatically when you talk about healthy sexual communication, you have to talk about STDs, you have to talk about protection, you have to talk about contraceptive. All that has to be part of the discussion. So, I mean, not necessarily, you can make a game out of it, I'm sure, but...
And they have. I actually, wait, I will go get it. Hold on.